It's far too often manufacturers try to throw everything at a product that really only needs to do one thing really freaking well, and that's converting the digital signal into an analog output. I understand a lot of companies feel that if they throw a headphone amp, Bluetooth, yada yada yada, into these smaller DACs, that they might appeal to a wider audience looking for a device that can check off all those boxes. For me, that's not the case. I have a nice little desktop DAC headphone amp setup, and it's great for that purpose. However, what I want from a traditional DAC is to be able to take the fidelity of my music to the next level.
Life is this. I like this.
The Chord Cutest is about as matter-of-fact as DACs could come. It's tiny compared to my Pontus 2, which is nice because it makes placement within my media rack much easier. The Cutest's sole purpose is to be the digital to analog bridge between your digital source and amplification, which is how I set it up. I have the shit-turd CD transport flowing through the Cutest and on into the Buchart Anniversary 10s, which are powered speakers. A very direct and clean signal to avoid any anomalies or deviations from introducing more gear than necessary. Now, it's possible that the fact that it's just a DAC could reflect its reasonable price point. Let me break for a second here, because I used the word reasonable price point in my last video about the Urd, and some of you lost your minds in the comments. The Cutest is $1,595, $1,595 new online. I say that's reasonable because if you take one of the cheapest DACs on the market, some of you may know disposable Chi-Fi can go for like $60, and then take one of the most expensive DACs on the market like the MSB Select for $115 grand, where are we at with $1,595? Because there are plenty of DACs in between those two extremes. Not to mention our economy and how the market now values the dollar. Yeah. I think it's reasonable to say that $1,595 sits at the lower end of the DAC spectrum. Okay. Now that I got that off my chest, let us continue. This Cutest was provided to me for evaluation from Soundings Fine Audio and Video in Greenwood Village. This shop, specifically their staff, has sat and chatted with me about audio for hours on end. I have learned and experienced so much from visiting them. They aim to educate through experience, listening, feeling, discovering. If you're in Colorado, I feel this is a place worth checking out at one point or another. So, the Cutest I have isn't brand new. I'm assuming it already had, a few hours under its belt. I'm aware that some people have voiced their opinions about the Cutest being a bit mid-range forward out of the box. I never felt or heard anything like that, and of course, if you're a fan of this channel, you know damn well I don't play those mid-range forward reindeer games. Many DAC manufacturers rely on off-the-shelf DAC chips and then design their boards around that. The Cutest stands out for me because they use custom designed circuits. This bespoke approach allows Chord to have enhanced control over various aspects of sound production, like filtering and the conversion process itself. Just like most DACs, it has 4 selectable filters you could choose from. I honestly couldn't tell a huge difference between them, but they are there, and perhaps you'll like some over others. One thing I think is cool are the pretty lights on top that illuminate corresponding to the filter settings and input selection. Around the back of the device, you'll find a few options. You got USB-B, BNC, 2 of them, and optical input. For outputs, you only get RCA outputs. Now, this is something I found a bit frustrating because my Pontus 2, granted a little more expensive, has just about every input and output you could imagine. However, for the size of the unit, it's understandable. There just wasn't enough space. This could also be a clever way to upgrade folks who want more options to something like the Dave, which is their flagship DAC. I don't know. We can all speculate, but these are the cards we were dealt with the Cutest. I think it's fine. It has enough options to accommodate what I've been able to throw its way, so no harm, no foul. The sound quality overall, I would say, is precise. It's clean with a bit of warmth and smoothness. It's very quiet. There isn't much for a noise floor that I noticed. Now, I wouldn't say it's as warm and cuddly like the Pontus 2, however, it's a completely different device, so comparing those two may not be all that fair. I did really enjoy the soundstage, which I felt was decently expansive, especially on tracks that demand the sound to image quite wide, like Everything in Its Right Place by one of my favorite bands, Radiohead.
Who's Radiohead?
Overall, it was an incredibly pleasant experience. I put in some time with listening on this system because this thing's pretty solid, man. For a while there, I kind of forgot I was evaluating a device, honestly. I was just enveloped by the music. This is a perfect device for someone getting serious about their sound quality and who is building up their system into something more than just an integrated amplifier or something like that. The Qudis is a step in the right direction, I feel, when planning on buying a DAC that could last you for many years. I think at the price point, it's just right, considering you aren't just buying another DAC with the same insides as everyone else. This is something different. It's unique. It has its own sound, style, and flair that can't easily be duplicated. Thank you guys for watching. This is more than likely the last video I'll be doing for a few weeks. As I mentioned in my last video, I have some medical matters I need to attend to this month that will probably take me out for a little while. These couple of weeks leading up to it, I'm going to be preparing a lot of new ideas and content and lining up some fresh new reviews and videos for all of you. I'm going to come back stronger and crazier than ever. Don't worry, I'll be back. This is the year we'll take it to the next level, guys. The video cast is coming back. There are some DIY projects on the horizon, and I am working with some really cool companies to bring you closer to the action when I review some fresh new products. Look, I took a closer look at how I did things in the beginning of this channel and found something that's missing from the videos I produced today. So moving forward, I'm going to take a better approach to not only provide the information I already do, just like we did today, but invite you more into my world so you can truly experience the method to my madness. In the meantime, I have a Patreon you can subscribe to where I offer after filming commentary, and in July we will start doing monthly Zoom calls that patrons can participate in. I have an online t-shirt shop where I sell hi-fi related shirts just like this one, precisely this one. These are just fun ways for you to support my efforts and get something back in return. I wish you all well. To my subscribers, thank you for being the best part of this channel. I've been at this for over 4 years now, and I'm happy to have shared my growth and experiences within the industry with all of you. If you enjoyed the video, finish your story with the like button.
I think this is how my story ends.
Get this bum out of here, will you? Just get this bum out of here already, huh?
Subscribe to the channel, and of course, ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, I'll see you on the next one, friends. Take care.